We are playing Hobs Barrow, the excavation of. We've been playing this for the last few weeks. We are this lady. We are gonna excavate the barrow, which is this thing. It's got pinky stuff coming out of it, and that's all right. Oh, okay. Thank you, Looney. Let's see. What did we do last time? Last time we did a lot. Yeah, we got a lot. We got a journal, which we found out was from our dad. It has cryptic stuff, some insanity in it. We got a magic rock. We've gotten a second magic rock. We met the lordship of the land. He's gonna help us because we need. Oh well, we got permission to excavate Hobs Barrow, which was pretty cool. But we need people to help us, so we went to the lordship, and we're like, we need men, and he's like, I got men, but you have to get us a pie. So we're trying to get the lordship a pie, and yeah, we also met Mr. Shoulder, Leonard Shoulder. He's here. He's having a drink. I don't think we can talk to him.
There's nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment.
Yeah, we don't want to talk to him anymore. We're done talking to him right now. What else do we have? We used up our worm. Oh, we met a wildling girl on the moors. We fixed her violin, her fiddle. It had a broken bow, and then she played it for us, and we passed out, and she was gone, but her fiddle remained, and so we have it. This is a musician, Mr. Cross.
Hello there.
Yes.
Do we have anything to say? Horse.
Is that your horse stationed in the alley?
Aye. Thistlecrack is her
Thistlecrack.
That's an unusual name for a horse.
name. Aye. It were what she were called when I bought her. Glutton would be a better name. She likes her treats. But it feels wrong to change it.
Thank you for your time.
Make sure you watch my performance later, won't you?
I'll try.
All right. So that was a hint for a puzzle much earlier that we figured out on our own. We had to. There's a horse in the alleyway. We took some hair off his tail to make a bowstring, but we had to feed him first. But we already figured all that out. So you're just too late.
I have nothing else to...
Okay. So right now we need to get a pie from the church lady. Oh, there's a bird up here. There's our.
I'll let the worm enjoy his new home.
Yeah, that's our worm. Our original worm died, and we got a substitute worm. Yeah, there's a little market going on. It's exciting. And yeah, we're gonna visit the church lady and see if we can get.
I have nothing else to ask for the time being.
Oh, well, that doesn't help.
I don't wish to give that away. That's not mine.
I feel I'm stuck now.
I'm not sure they would be interested. This
Oh.
is my father's journal.
Oh, this is something.
What do you make of these sketches?
Queer things, aren't they?
Aren't they?
On blasphemy, if you ask me. That
Well,
book should
possibly.
be in a place of worship like this.
Oh, she didn't appreciate
I've already
that.
shown her.
Anything
I
more?
have nothing else. That's not mine. This must belong to Mrs. DePlant. That's not mine to interfere.
Okay, I can't take her basket. My mouse is misbehaving too. Can't. Oh, we got this knife.
I don't wish to give that away.
I was not suggesting that. Can we just play this? Oh,
The fiddle and bow, left to me by the young girl at the devil's toe.
all right.
No, that... I can't see how that will help.
don't know.
No, that's not. No, that won't achieve anything useful.
Okay. I think we can't do anything here.
I've no time for such things.
Oh, well, we can't pray. How dare we? But no. No, where are you
They're
going?
still locked.
I'm trying to exit. I can't find the exit. There we are. Hey, Hawk. Welcome, welcome. Also, thank you for the follow. And happy lurking. Also, we broke in here. Which we seem to just be able to break into now. This is the abbot, or the vicar's personal garden.
Father Roach has amassed quite the collection here. I don't wish to disturb it.
All right, nothing to help me. We're at a place that I'm kind of stuck now. I think I need to find somebody. Maybe the old lady knows something. Oh. Hello.
There's nothing else I wish to I have nothing else to.
Well, sorry. I kind of miss not having a map. Oh, actually, do I have a map? I do have a map. Holy crap. Well, look at that. This saves time. This is why we need to pay attention. Let's go to the railroad station. Still nothing here? Yeah. All right.
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
No?
I really don't want a mutton pie.
Apple seller.
Good day.
Freshly picked apples, miss.
Yeah, he had
Selling
kind
a
of
steal.
rotten
Would
apples.
miss like to buy some?
No, thank you.
There's also this. This is the cobbler shop. And the cobbler apparently
here.
made shoes for a goblin at some point, and he's died since. But he is the husband of the church lady. And the vicar's never home. Although the vicar is apparently out
I
somewhere.
don't think anyone is home.
Like he's out and about somewhere. Maybe if I show my journal to...
I've already shown him that.
Oh.
I don't wish to give that.
Our new rock?
What do you make of this strange stone?
A marvelous thing. It looks ancient.
I agree. I've never seen anything like them in all my digs.
Okay. That didn't help.
I've already shown.
Maybe you?
What do you make of this stone?
That's a funny looking thing.
Yes, but have you seen anything like it?
Never.
Well, this is the point of the game where we just
I don't think Stanley would be in.
blankly show people
I don't wish
stuff.
to give. I'm not sure they would be.
Well, they might be interested.
I don't wish to give that.
Alright. Actually, is anyone else here?
I don't need to use the filthy lavatories.
Well, maybe. You probably haven't peed in like 3 days. Although, maybe she just doesn't do that sort of thing.
There's nothing else I wish to.
Who are you, Ralph?
I don't wish to give that.
I think he's from out of town visiting for the market. Oh, there's poop. There's poop. We could check on the kids. No.
Nobody home.
We can go in the moors.
The road disappears over.
No. All right. Give me a thought. We'll go all the way to the manor through fast travel. How's
I'll
it
let her
going?
get on with her sweeping, though what exactly she is sweeping up remains something of a mystery.
She's sweeping the ground. Can I show you my journal?
I'm not sure they would.
Can I look at those sheep?
I don't wish to provoke her. Some fine looking.
Hmm. Hey, horse.
Please let us get on with our toil. If you do as his lordship requests, we'll help you tomorrow.
All right. Equipment, man, horse.
They have some decent equipment here. They have some decent. That is well out of my reach. It's a symbol of some kind. A moon, perhaps?
Yes.
I can't see how that.
No. Can we?
That's a peculiar idea.
Well, I was trying to cross-reference the thing.
I've no time for frolicking with the flock.
Well.
I'll let her get on, though. Miss Tompkins.
Okay. Mr. Shoulder's cottage, Devil Toe, church. Go over here. Now he's not here. Can we just break in? You know he's not here.
Hello?
Oh wait, no, this is the old man.
Is anyone home?
That's odd.
He's not answering.
That's not Mr. Shoulder's house. There's the goat. We tried to milk this goat and it gave us demonic dreams. Which, it happens. Okay, we got the stone. AR. Which I think I figured it out last time. What it stands for. But now it's been a week.
Someone has carved the letter. I'm not sure what. No.
No.
Finally, we shall excavate. Though first, I need to find some workmen to assist me. Finally, though first.
Yep. Okay. Something? Is that a hint? Mr. Shoulder's cottage? Because you know Mr. Shoulder's not in his home.
A carved.
He's got a carving
It's
of the moon.
bolted onto the door itself. I can't remove it.
We know he's not there.
Mr. Shoulder told me he'd be at the. No, that. That's a peculiar.
Do we just break
No,
the window?
That won't achieve.
No. Can we pick up this chicken?
You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
As I seem to be lost. Devil's
It's a
Toe.
peculiar name. I can't quite see the.
Yeah, knife.
Can't see how that will.
Oh, there's a bunny. Oh, moment of reflection. We got an achievement for this. It's kind of a nice effect. The sky is moving. Or at least you can. Oh, hello.
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
Oh, come on.
He looks like a rather shady cat.
He wasn't here before.
I'm not sure they would be interested.
I think they would be.
I don't wish to give that a...
Oh, it has a
simple
cross
wooden
now.
cross bears a small plaque on which is inscribed the name Albert de Plancy.
Relative, are you?
No, just looking.
He were the cobbler. Who's going to
Okay.
mend me boots now?
The simple wooden cross bears a small plaque on which is inscribed the name Albert de Plancy. Hello.
Oh, now we can talk. The grave.
Does this fresh grave belong to Mrs. de Plancy's late husband?
Aye.
So
Rather bare,
he
isn't it?
just died.
My job is to dig the graves, not decorate them.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Okay. There we go. I figured the cobbler died a while ago, but it's fresh. Now we have a topic to talk about.
Day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. de Plancy.
The
I
grave.
saw your late husband's grave, Mrs. de Plancy. I am very sorry for your loss.
Thank you, pet. I'm ashamed to say I couldn't afford nowt more than a simple wooden cross. He were a colourful man, our Albert. He deserves better. He loved his flower beds. He's only been gone a fortnight, and already his plants have gone to rot. May the Lord forgive me.
Plants are difficult to maintain. I'm sure Albert would understand.
His precious hippeastrum were the first to go. I would have loved to lay one on his grave.
Oh, what is
What
that?
does a hippeastrum flower look like?
Oh, beautiful things they are. Tall stems topped with large red flowers.
Oh, I know
Hard
what
to
that
grow
flower
in this
is.
climate. They were his pride and joy. The remarkable thing is there's no scent to 'em. That's why he loved 'em so much. You see, he hated anything that smelled sickly sweet. Hippeastrum were just perfect. Let me know if you come across one, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. de Plancy.
Okay,
Thanks for your time.
Lord be...
it's funny that he doesn't like the sweet smells, and he married a baker. She's known for her treats. Let's go to the lordship. How's it
I'll let her
going?
get on with her sweeping. Though what...
All right, I want this flower.
These matched the description of the flowers Mrs. de Plancy mentioned. There's no scent.
You get away from my hippeastrum!
Ah, apologies.
Move!
Well, that confirms it.
All right, game saved. It's
I could just pick this up.
oh, you're no fun. Guess we have to talk to you, angry person.
Those flowers. May I please take one?
Are you deaf and daft? Bugger off!
Wow.
A bullying old harridan. There's no point trying to speak with her.
Let's just take it.
I'll have to find a way to distract Miss Fenchurch. She's watching me like a hawk.
Oh, you.
Good day.
Hello.
I want the
I
flower.
really need one of those hippeastrum flowers.
Why?
It's a long story. Might you please be able to get one for me? Or distract Miss Fenchurch so I can take one?
Those flowers are Miss Fenchurch's favourites. She spends hours looking after them.
It would be mean to cut them off. Like,
Sorry, Mum. It's just that I'm so worried about Mr. Ambrose.
oh yeah,
The
that's
milkman.
The milkman.
Aye. We were to run away together today.
I see.
Oh,
Sick that he stood me up. Without Mr. Ambrose, this job is all I have.
well, that's so
I
sad.
can't risk losing it over a flower.
I'm sorry, Miss Tompkins. I still haven't seen him.
Do you think he's abandoned me?
I'm sure that's not
Maybe
the
he
case.
just
He must have been
died
delayed
horribly.
somewhere.
Could you try to find him for me, Mum? Oh, please, Mum. I'd do anything for you if you found my love.
What if
I
he's
can
just not
try.
in
Oh,
town?
thank you. You're ever so kind, Mum.
What does Mr. Ambrose look like?
He's got brown hair.
Brown hair?
I'm afraid I'll need a bit more to go on.
Sorry, Mum. I'm too upset. Please find him.
We'll
won't
find the
you?
brown-haired person.
Hey, stop your nattering and get back to your sweeping.
Sorry, Miss Fenchurch.
Just go inside. Sweep inside. Okay. Is he the person at the town center? This just makes things so much easier. No, he is. Oh! No, you're just nobody. You don't exist. You don't exist, sir. No. That
Good
seems
day.
like red hair.
There.
Are you Mr. Ambrose?
I do, yes.
Oh,
Have
sorry.
you any idea where he might be?
He is usually here by now.
So I heard.
He normally arrives via the road to the east of Bewley.
Thank you. Enjoy your Scotch egg.
I will.
All right. Is this east? I mean, that's excrement. That's not east. That's poop. Oh no, don't go in there. There's poop. And a horse. I think this is east. Oh, we're remembering. We're remembering.
There we are. Your shells are looking much more interesting now. I pestered Mother for years to let me bring some of your treasures here. I think
Aw.
she's worried that I want to follow in your path. She has hidden most of your discoveries away. I had to beg her to bring me to visit you, you know. I shouldn't worry you with all that. Do you know that I have a story for each of these pots? Well, I don't know if they're all true, but they are my memories. Even though I was so young, I still remember our adventures together. Would you like me to share my memories of them? Well, I'm
Oh,
going to, whether you
That's
like
so
it or
sweet.
not.
Aw. Tell me about this urn.
We talked about this one already. The red urn you buried in the garden for me. It seems like such a long time ago.
Pottery shard.
You were incredibly excited about this one. I hadn't gone on an expedition with you yet. You were so happy about it, showing it to Mother and I. You didn't stop talking about it for hours. I thought, how can Daddy be so excited over some old broken pottery? But it wasn't long until I understood.
Pot.
We found this one together in that mucky old barrow near Avebury. I think it was the second time you'd taken me on a dig with you. I remember you bringing it up to your face to look inside and shrieking in horror. "There's a bloody rat in there," you screamed.
Aw. This one.
I think you brought this one back from a trip abroad. I would have loved to go with you, but Mother didn't want me to. I remember you being so proud of it. It looks ancient.
And this
Mother
one.
was so angry when you brought this one home, wasn't she? "William, that simply will not do. It's taking up all the space on the
Oh, sorry.
mantelpiece." Once you moved it to your study, I remember creeping in to take a peek at it.
Is that it? Do I have one? No. Is there another urn? Tiny urn. Oh.
This is from the first dig I remember you taking me on. The excavation of West Kennet Long Barrow. I found it wedged behind a stone as you ate your sandwich. You said, "Now there's a tiny urn for a tiny girl."
Oh, tiny urn.
I almost forgot. While I was searching for your pots in the shed, I found one of your manuscripts. I thought Mother had burnt all your notebooks, but she missed one. It was an account of barrows across the east of England. I managed to read it all before Mother took it away. Daddy, it was fascinating. I've decided that is what I want to do with my life.
It's sad that his life
I'm
works
going to
got
travel the
burnt.
country, excavating and documenting my own finds. Well, as soon as I'm old enough to escape Mother, that is.
Hmm.
When you're feeling better, we can go out on expeditions together again, just like we used to. I promise you'll get better, Daddy. I'll do whatever it takes to make it so.
It's kind of sad he's been there like that for like 25 years. That's a long time. Anyone
There's
out
something
here?
ahead on the road.
There's someone there. Look at us. Look at us walking. Oh.
God!
Hello. That's normal.
Mr. Ambrose!
All his
I'm going
milk's
to
been
help
spilt.
you.
All right.
The milk is not salvageable.
Oh. Hurt.
Mr. Ambrose's cart has been smashed to pieces. The cart is beyond repair.
Oh, it's the cat.
Spilt milk.
Anything useful? Okay.
Bakewell, 32 miles.
Oh.
Bewley really was in complete isolation before the railway line came in.
I like we're just having a nice conversation
Bakewell, 32
about this.
miles. Bewley really was in...
All right.
Let me free you, sir.
Oh, I thought I was going to use my knife.
Curses.
Oh,
The rope is bound too tightly.
maybe I am.
Can't even free his mouth. Don't worry, sir. I'll find a way to free you.
All right. Let's cut you up.
Please hold still. I'm going to cut you free.
Maybe go for his legs first.
He had been so tightly bound that I could barely cut through without hurting him further. His mouth was stuffed full of flowers of a most peculiar scent. I was dismayed at such savagery, and wondered if the feral folk Father Roach had mentioned were responsible for this abhorrent act.
Oh, feral folk.
After some considerable effort, I managed to cut him free. Are you all right?
Who were lost in visions of hell itself, the devil. I saw the devil.
Who did this to you?
I don't remember. Oh, the terrible sights I saw. I won't forget them till my last breath.
Oh.
Are you Mr. Ambrose?
Yes, Edward Ambrose.
You were to meet Miss Tompkins today.
My love. Oh, my darling love.
Let me take you to her. Here, take my hand.
Aww.
As we made the arduous trek to Panswick Manor, I probed Mr. Ambrose on who had done this to him. He insisted that he didn't remember anything, except for his nightmarish visions.
Ta-da!
My love.
Eddie!
Just threw her broom on the ground.
Jesus, what happened to you? Were you in a fight?
Now, fret not, my love.
Got tied to a signpost.
Abandoned me.
Never. Thank your friend here for helping me out of a bind.
Literally.
Eddie.
Let's get out of here, my darling.
Hang on.
Wow.
You thieving beat! I'll have your guts for garters!
Oh, stick it where the sun don't shine, you bitter old sow.
Nice.
The cheek!
Here you are, Mum.
Thank you, Miss Tompkins.
No, thank you for finding my poor Eddie.
Yay.
Thank you, lass.
Let's go, Eddie. I'm never setting foot on this god-forsaken estate again.
Good luck, you two.
I feel we could have got more information out of her. Can I get this broom? Can I get this now?
That is well out of my... That is well out...
If I stood
That's
up...
a peculiar...
No. Alright. Well, I guess we're done. Use our map power to go to the church. I got a
I
flower.
have something for you.
You found them? Oh, you dear child. Let's take them straight to Albert. You'll come with me, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. Duplancy.
Oh, it's raining now. It's always raining.
You know, the things I miss most about him are the things that used to annoy me. The click of his jaw as he chewed his sandwiches, leaving his tools all around the house. The way he'd never back down from an argument. He's just quiet at home now. Silence. The funny thing is, that's what he always craved. Peace and quiet. He were a good man, our Albert.
Oh,
Sounds like he was. I'm so sorry.
Do you fear death, pet?
I don't know. Our dad's stuck in like a limbo. So let's say that.
It's the part in between that concerns me most.
Whatever do you mean?
My father had an accident many years ago. Ever since, he's been in a state where he can neither speak nor move.
Oh, that does sound dreadful. I'm sorry, pet.
I believe his mind to still be active, but perhaps this is the worst of all fates. To be trapped in one's own body and unable to express oneself while the world continues around you. That is what I fear.
Maybe he'll get better one day.
I'd do anything to make it so. Those flowers look beautiful.
They do. Albert will be smiling down on us. Pet, I left me basket inside the church. You'll find some Bakewell puddings in there.
Oh,
You can have them.
Oh,
thank you.
I insist. You've brought an ounce of happiness into my day, dear. It's only just that I return some.
Thank you, Mrs. Duplancy.
To be truthful with you, I was saving them for myself. I shouldn't be so selfish. Lord forgive me.
You're nothing of the sort.
You can eat your own pastries.
I'll stay here with Albert a bit longer. You go back to your day, pet. Lord be with you.
Oh,
And you, Mrs.
that's
Duplancy.
sweet. We're making friends with the town. And I don't quite trust anyone who's been really nice to us, but I trust her. I don't think she's part of this conspiracy, or whatever conspiracy that might be.
Here they are.
Yay, we got Blackwell puddings. We eat one?
Mrs. Duplancy's famous Bakewell puddings.
Bakewell, sorry.
They smell delicious.
No? No, I was trying to eat them. Oh well. Yeah, let's get to his lordship. With the power of maps.
The vision returns.
Oh, sir, are you
come
flatter?
bearing gifts?
Freshly baked gifts?
Yes. 3 of Mrs. Duplancy's famous Bakewell puddings.
You are an amusing creature, Thomasina.
What do you mean?
You must think me a scoundrel of the highest order for asking you to undertake such folly. Of course, I would have lent you my men either way. I merely desired an excuse to share a cake with you.
Oh,
Lord
he's so
Pandwick.
sweet.
I take no pleasure in
And
watching you
smooth.
scurry about Bewley to fulfill my every whim. Or do I?
Oh my.
I do not find this amusing in the slightest.
Oh,
You
she's
have
not
no
liking this.
idea what I had to go through to get these for you.
Oh, I do. And that's what I admire about you. Tenacity. Even in the face of something you know to be absurd. You don't give up, do you?
Never. Though in this case, I ought to have.
Now then, will you share one of these tempting confections with me?
Now is not the time. Why not? I want to be nice with him.
Splendid! I'm glad the rain doesn't put you off. You like to live a little dangerously, don't you,
Yes.
Thomasina?
I laugh in
Let
the
us
face of
stroll to
rain.
the beck.
That sounds nice.
Oh, I figured we'd go inside and eat the pies. You know, in his manner.
We walked side by side down to the beck. his hand occasionally brushing my own.
Although, I mean, I do suspect he's like in league with a demon or something like that, but you know, he's nice to us.
Despite Lord Panswick's entertaining company, I had an overwhelming feeling that time was being wasted. We ate those cakes down by the beck, and as he attempted the most charming lines he could muster upon me, I only had one thing on my mind.
Was that more cake?
Father.
Oh. Well.
Could he be saved from his suffering?
Oh, yeah.
Was the answer to be found within Hobs Barrow?
Well, hopefully.
I ached to find out.
I
didn't even notice the taste of those famous puddings.
Oh.
Seemingly disheartened by my lack of enthusiasm, Lord Panswick soon marched me back toward the ruined chapel.
I guess we are distracted.
Chaps, listen up. You're to assist Miss Bateman's excavation tomorrow. What time, Miss Bateman?
Early morning, if you don't mind.
We'll be there whenever you need us, miss.
Hobs Barrow. On the Bryden estate, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll be there.
Take your tools with you. Miss Bateman will need every assistance we can provide her with.
It's no bother.
Splendid.
Thank you, lads.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll see you later, my dear.
Thank you, Lord Panswick.
Goodbye, sir.
We're finishing up here, miss. See you tomorrow morning, all right?
Certainly. I appreciate your help.
Oh. Next we don't talk. Oh, it's nighttime.
Well, that's a relief to have my crew assembled for tomorrow. It's getting dark and cold. Time to head back to the plough and furrow.
Oh.
I fear Miss Fenchurch might come at me with her pots and pans.
But
it's best I stay out here.
That wasn't around before.
The grand entrance to Panswick Manor.
Cheaper there. I don't know, it just seemed odd that we just stopped there. Kind of wandering around just in case there's...
I'd rather not walk in the wood.
Okay, never mind. I just thought it was weird that they let us out, but they're gonna tell us where we can and can't go. Oh, is that new? Maybe. Because that's the cobbler's house.
No one here.
Guess we'll go in for the concert.
Evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley.
Yeah, I don't trust Stanley.
Your lordship.
Stanley, my good
Stanley's
man.
too nice to us.
To what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, your lordship?
I've come to wish Miss Bateman good fortune for her grand excavation tomorrow. I'm really rather curious as to what she might turn up.
As am I, your lordship.
An exciting time for Bewley. Wouldn't you agree, Stanley?
Oh, yes, your lordship. Very, very exciting.
My dear, please, allow me the pleasure of buying you a drink. A welcome antidote to the wind's bite. Wouldn't you say, Stanley?
Yes, indeed, your lordship.
Yeah, let's get cronked. Yeah, no, we're gonna be drinking.
Why not?
Every opportunity to drink in this
You
game, we're
heard the
gonna
fair
take it.
lady.
There you are.
Thank you.
Everyone, raise your glasses to Miss Bateman. May she conquer Hobs Barrow and find all that she desires. Hip hip!
Hooray!
Yay!
You don't wish to join me in a beverage?
Oh, you go ahead, my dear. Alcohol does not sit well with my constitution.
Aw. That's unfortunate.
Thank you, your lordship. I needed that.
I aim to provide you with whatever your heart desires. I've reminded my chaps they're to meet you at Hobs Barrow in the morning.
Thank you again, Lord Panswick.
Till we meet again, faites des beaux rêves. Mr. Shoulder?
Oh. That's
Your lordship?
interesting. That was interesting. He acknowledged him, and they didn't seem to be happy. What was that about?
Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
The
I've
excavation.
recruited the help of some local labourers to help with the excavation.
Marvellous. When do we start?
Tomorrow morning, first thing.
Wonderful.
Can I count on your assistance?
Of course. I'll meet you here at the Plough and Furrow.
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Right. What about you, Stanley?
You've changed your tunes, Stanley. An exciting time for Bewley.
I think he was just
I
being
thought
nice
you
to the
didn't want
lordship.
me to excavate Hobs Barrow.
Well, what can I get you?
I'm fine for now, thank you. I'll
Hello.
leave those two to their conversation.
Oh, they were the arguing couple. Mr. Tillett.
Thomasina,
Arthur?
I've remembered something.
What is it, Arthur?
Not here. Meet me outside, in the alley.
All right.
He's stinking drunk, but let's hear what he has to say.
Well, not
Hello again,
till we
Cyril.
talk to Cyril.
Leave me be, lass.
Hello again, Cyril.
You're still leave.
Oh, he's no fun. Oh,
I
Mr.
have
Cross.
nothing else to ask for the time being.
Oh, I figured we'd talk about music or something. He's not gonna, like, attack us or something.
What is it?
First of all, I must apologize.
Why is the horse is still here?
That night we met. When I
Oh, he's
vanished.
the musician's horse.
Yes?
Well, there were a man in the loo. A hooded man. He threatened me with a beating if I told you anything about what I saw.
Oh, Arthur, that's terrible. What did you see?
That's the thing. I hadn't the foggiest idea what he were on about. It was a drink, you see. I'm an embarrassment, Thomasina.
No, you're not, Arthur.
Here's what I need to tell you. I've remembered what you were on about.
Oh?
Aye. Standing in the woods today, I knew there was something. I waited, I concentrated, and it finally came back to me.
Please, you're keeping me in some serious suspense here.
All right. It were a couple of days before I met you.
Oh. Oh. He's having a fun time. It's the
Hurry now,
lordship.
Leonard. I'm not as quick as I used to be. This leg is getting worse by the day.
Yes. I'm constantly made aware of your failing health. Do not fear. You said he has promised you the reward of your returned strength.
Aye, and it can't come soon enough.
Are you sure that it must be her blood?
Oh.
Aye, she's family.
And she gets here in 2 days.
Aye.
We must bring her to the site as soon as she arrives.
No. Your lordship, with all due respect, we've been through this. We need to ease her into the idea. She would laugh in our faces if we just asked for it.
Who said we would ask?
He told me that she needs to give it willingly.
This little scheme of yours better work, Leonard.
It will, your lordship. We've got the perfect bait.
Wait. Who goes there? Did you hear something?
Oh.
Ah, a moonlight tryst. After something, are you, Mr. Tillett?
Your lordship, let me...
Save your words, you drunken wretch. Off you go, skedaddle.
Skedaddle.
Don't make me ask twice. I do wish you wouldn't spend so much time with that fool. It's beneath a woman of your standard. It's sad, really. That dog urine they serve here has rather pickled the man's brain.
You're being most unfair to him. Mr. Tillett is a nice man.
Come now. I shall bid thee adieu once more, for I do not wish for this to come between us. All the very best wishes for your excavation tomorrow, my dear.
Thanks.
All right. So, the Lordship and Mr. Shoulder are up to something. I kind of figured that.
That's not mine to take.
Oh.
What do you think, girl? How can I make sense of all this? I'll be glad to be back in London with a good book once this is all said and done. I hope she didn't
We
mind
got an
the trim.
achievement for horse
I
talking.
don't wish to carry around.
All right, all right. Oh. We're jamming. It's a little light. I'll raise up the volume. Oh. That's normal. Old man in the corner. He's not liking this. That's fun. All right. That was the concert. Oh, and we went to bed. Click off for a second just to turn the volume back down. That was cool. EP song. I thought we'd get an achievement for listening to the whole thing. Oh, our dream that's not a dream. Got red sun, pink sun, magenta sun. There's our buddy. Is it one thing that wants our blood?
So, Thomasina, the journal proves I'm telling you the truth, does it not?
It does.
Good. Now listen. I can help him again. We can help him. Together.
How?
All those years ago, your father entered this barrow with the goal of binding me within it. All because the people of Bewley had gotten it into their heads that Sack's not what cause of their plight. I tell you, Thomasina, we're not.
Your father botched his incantation, leaving me in this weakened state, stuck in this limbo. As for him, well, you know how he ended up.
This doesn't sound right. Incantations. My father is a man of...
You don't know your father, Thomasina. How old were you? A child of not even 5, 6 years? You need to enter this barrow and undo what your father did. The spell must be undone. Then not only will I regain my strength, but your father will too.
How do I...
Blood. The truest symbol of life and death. It's the life which flows within you, but it's also death once it escapes.
I don't understand.
Worry not how you'll undo what's been done. When the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. Time is short. Your father and I grow weaker by the hour. Go. Save your father.
Interesting. If it weren't for that conversation between the Lordship and Mr. Shoulder, I might believe him. Is the cat in our room?
I must undo what has been done. Father, I'm coming.
See, the fact that the Lordship wants it and he wants to force it means it's not a benevolent thing. Hey, Herbert.
Herbert? How did you get in here?
Aw. It's Herbert. Herbert. Yeah. You did it, Herbert.
It doesn't matter anymore. I've got much more important things to get on with.
Can we pet you?
I've got much more
No.
more important things to get.
There's nothing more
I don't wish
important,
to carry the
Herbert.
bowl around with me.
Herbert is the only important thing. Oh. Hey, Stanley. How's it going?
Good morning. Stanley?
Ah, Miss Bateman. Mr. Shoulder left a note for you.
Thank you, Stanley.
Miss Bateman, meet me at my home as soon as you read this. There's no time to waste, Leonard.
Oh, there were a key with it too.
Oh. It's suspicious.
I must make haste to Mr. Shoulder's residence.
Oh, they're trying to force me. I don't know. Maybe Stanley isn't in on it, or he knows about it and he doesn't want to do it. Oh.
I beg you, in the name of God, leave this town.
Father Roach, what is the meaning of this?
There's nought for you here, lass. Clear off.
I beg you, Miss Bateman.
Father Roche, Mr. Farnaby, here to wish Miss Bateman good luck for her excavation, gentlemen.
Am I heck?
Mr. Kemp, you know...
An excavation strongly supported by Lord Panswick, no less.
I wish you well with your findings.
Oh.
Miss Bateman. May the Lord strengthen you and guard you from the evil one.
That's interesting.
Yeah, little children, guard yourselves from idols.
Good luck, Miss Bateman.
Thank you.
I'm interested in who's in on this and knows what's going on, because the father has some ailment. Mr. Shoulder has an ailment too. The place where the barrow is, the guy
I must make haste to Mr. Shoulder's.
had some issues too. Okay. I really want to talk to people. Is the train station going?
I must.
No.
I must make haste.
I don't have the option to turn on my map. Hey. It's the boy who's gonna slay the
Douglas?
worm. He's afraid.
It's just a toy. It's no use to me.
It could be useful.
Douglas dropped his toy sword.
Oh. I would have taken it. Small box.
What's this? A box. It's locked.
We have a key.
Mr. Shoulder, I got your note. Explain yourself. Curses.
I know, right? Are the other chickens gone? Oh,
Where did the hens go?
the hens are gone. I guess that.
The key fits. Another one of these peculiar stones.
ABPA.
Wait, does this mean Mr. Shoulder was the third man on my father's excavation?
Okay.
There's a note underneath.
My heart is his heart. My light is his light. Like Sal became Paul, I'll be restored by the light. Interesting. See, I considered Arthur was on the excavation as a child, and that's what made him a drunkard. Our key is gone. Interesting.
Where did the hen...
I'm worried about the chickens. They've been sacrificed. Sword's still there.
It's Lord Panswick's men will be waiting for me.
Can I have to go? Alright. I guess we're going.
This is where I dug up Jane's rag. This is where I...
Can we talk to you before we go?
Hello? Is anyone home? He's not answering.
Yeah, I was hoping he would say something to us. Go. Oh. Uh-oh. The goat is gone. That can't be good. We got like a walking scene now. I think this was Abraxas or something like that. Or there was something, we said something like that as a child.
Good morning, men. Thank you for braving the weather.
Aye, miss. Little rain is no bother. So, may we start?
Yes, we've not a moment to waste.
I didn't bring my tools.
And so, the excavation of Hobs Barrow began.
It's the name of the game.
Horace and his men learnt quickly and went about their work with care. We toiled for hours, rolling away great stones, removing mortar and masonry put in place by Father, Mr. Bryden and Mr. Shoulder.
Okay.
They had gone to great lengths to seal the barrow.
I feel that's a good indication not to unseal
I should
it.
have realized their efforts were not only to keep us out, but also to keep something contained within. Eventually, our careful application of pick, trowel and shovel gave way to open space. A stagnant, cadaverous odour was let forth.
Oh, we're in. Well, not quite.
The seal was broken. I couldn't believe my eyes.
What?
Splendid work, all of you.
Step inside, miss. We'll be right behind you.
Thank you, Horace. I can't wait a moment longer.
Are we just gonna... Oh, there's our box. Oh, we're just going in. There's those flowers that the guy was tied up with.
Flowers? I can't get my head around this. How could they possibly grow here?
Demon flowers.
Horace, come see this.
Are they gonna seal me in?
Horace?
Can I leave?
Chaps? I've been abandoned.
We gain achievements. Oh, no. No. I can't just leave.
Horace and company have departed, it would seem. I must carry on alone.
Okay. We had some broken pottery.
Fairly standard Bronze Age pottery. Smashed to high heaven, I'm afraid. Not worth making a note of.
All right. Seems to be a note. More pottery, flowers. More flowers. Look at this one.
A burial urn, perhaps, though there's no sign of ashes.
The music is
unremarkable
changing. No. Are they stuck?
Try as I might, these flowers are steadfastly rooted.
Can I?
Let's see if I can cut them away.
Oh.
Incredible. Something has been boarded up here.
There's a rock. Oh, we just moved it. Like a little Geodude without arms.
Iron stakes have been driven through the boards, holding them firmly in place. I feel uneasy about what might lie beneath, but what choice do I have?
Well, you have the choice to just not do it. Chisel?
I can't seem to budge the stakes with this.
Trowel? Kind of go in and wedge him up. Okay.
Passage. Father, I'm coming.
Yep, we're just gonna go in. Last time we did this, we found a badger. Oh.
Curses. Am I out of paraffin?
I was gonna say, there's gonna be something worse than a badger. Oh.
Thank goodness.
Maybe we should go back and get some. Oh. More flowers. This is huge. Like this is supposed to like an ancient burial chamber. It's huge. Oh, that can't be good.
My lantern went out, for good this time. I had no choice but to venture forth into the darkness. With each step, the passage narrowed in every conceivable way, until I was on hand and knee, crawling through thick clumps of vegetation. The odor of that dank soil was somehow unnatural. I crawled for an age, until I emerged in a cavern that seemed lit by the very earth itself.
Oh? Alright. Got a door. Got a stair exit. And a panel and a panel. No, don't.
This stone panel seems somewhat loose.
Alright.
A thin strip of stone. It's a slightly different colour to the rest of the masonry. A great stone slab of a door. What is this place?
Doing some shoving.
It's as solid as it looks.
Yep.
This stone panel feels firmly affixed.
Okay. This one's loose and that one is not. The chisel?
Perhaps I can chip away at the edge of the stonework here. Well, the chisel broke, but what have we here?
Oh no, our chisel. Oh.
3 niches have been carved into the stone.
Well, we got 3 thingies. These are in order. Oh, there's a chicken. Snakes. And a torso. ABPA. CAZ. IAW. Theo, wait, Rho, Thea, Epsilon, D. I clutch my tablet with the knowledge that it shall end this. We found a code that was simply in the singularity of the characters. I don't think this... When the sun and the 2 moons meet, the guardian shall be defeated. Well, I don't know. Put them in order that we got them in? CA... That do anything?
I'm afraid I can't shift it.
Wish I could easily just move them. What did Mr. Shoulder say? Like Sal became Paul, I'll be restored by the light. Doesn't help me at all. Again. AB. Nope.
I'm afraid I can't shift.
Yeah,
this
that's
stone
all.
panel.
Too tired to think about what it could be. Maybe CA. We're just going to The fall? Can you help me? I think this should be in the middle. Yep.
A click?
Oh. So it was chicken torso snake. Awa Apakaz.
Incredible.
Uh-oh. I need to rewrite that. I need to write that down. Awabacaz. Awabacaz. Oh,
Oh my.
that can't be good.
The light.
All right, this looks familiar. Oh, we're gonna die here.
Curses.
Curses.
Goodness me.
Indeed.
There's nothing Bronze Age about this.
Okay.
Roman? Ancient Greek? No, this is something else.
All right. We got the temple. Temple, apparently. Okay. That's not it. Okay, we got a box.
There's a small hole in the front of the box. A lock, perhaps.
Maybe.
Try as I might, it will not open. There's a small hole in the front of the box. A lock, perhaps.
All right.
The figure is holding a whip.
A whip?
There is a nook hidden within the fist, as if to hold something.
Okay, we can put something in the hands.
Within a
Yeah.
simple pot made of clay.
All
It's
right.
small enough to carry with me.
Okay, we got a pot.
The figure is presenting what looks like a sheaf of wheat.
And we got
Tiles are broken
soil.
here, exposing the soil beneath.
Oh.
The soil feels as hard as rock, despite this damp environment.
Can I dig?
I've broken up the soil. It's loose now.
Okay.
I've tilled the soil.
Where's my pot? Did I not take it? Pot? Okay, pot. Soil.
No, that's not it.
Really? It feels like that would be it.
This one has shattered to pieces. I've tilled the soil. I've tilled the...
Okay, the soil is tilled. And we're not filling
That's
with...
a peculiar idea.
More pots. What else can we see? Pot, soil, water.
Ice cold.
Okay, oh! The beck is above us. It was ice cold too.
I've collected some water in the pot.
All right.
There is nothing there to water. No, that won't achieve anything useful. No, that won't achieve anything.
Okay, give me.
I'm not sure what that would achieve.
Hmm.
No. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what that would achieve either.
A beautifully ornate
It's
pot.
huge.
This
Maybe
is
there's
the only
something in
one
there.
with a lid.
You can't get it. Oh! Don't, are you gonna break it?
Tight. There's something rattling round inside.
All right.
The seal is too tight. I can't get the knife in anywhere.
I'm also thinking.
No, that won't.
No.
No.
Oh. Can we jam it open?
I can't wedge it open with the knife.
Are these other pots important?
There's nothing inside these.
Okay. So this has a lid. Can we use our trusty trowel?
Some situations do call for brute force.
Yeah.
There's something here, made of wood.
It's a crank.
It looks like a crank handle.
Okay. Can we put it in the box like a music box?
It fits in the hole.
Nice.
Let's see if I can turn it. My word.
Tell me.
The box is full of seeds. They glow in a most unnatural manner.
Okay,
Yet I feel compelled to take some.
let's take some. I mean, it's probably not a great idea, but... Oh, we saw the crank. We got these glowing death seeds.
There we are.
Now we just need some water. How fast do you grow? Pretty darn fast. Okay, we got wheat. Oh. That can't be good.
Am I dreaming?
Maybe. Can we get more water?
I don't need any more water.
Okay. Can we...
The wheat is firmly rooted. I can't pull it out.
Okay, fine. We'll do some chopping. Okay, we got wheat. Put it in the hand.
It fits.
Now we need a whip. Roots.
These roots are strong and tight.
Okay. Trusty old knife.
I've removed a portion of the root. I'll keep it.
Okay, we put the root in the other one?
I'm almost on.
Yeah, it's not right. The root with the crank to be a handle.
It's a little crude, but I believe I've fashioned a whip.
All right. Can we whip things before
No, that won't achieve anything useful.
I know. I just wanted to see if I could whip anything.
It fits. I don't need to take more.
Oh. We're not greedy. Oh. There's a lot more.
I'm unsure if this had any function.
There's a
It
lot
seems
more to
bare
this
of any
place.
detail.
What are you?
Whatever was once placed here is long gone.
Okay. Something goes there. We got more pots.
Empty. Empty. Goodness me.
Oh. Herbert?
Herbert? It's Herbert. What madness is this? What on earth are you doing down here, you silly cat? Did you follow me? It looks absolutely starving.
Uh...
The statue bears no moving parts or secrets, it would seem.
Alright.
Wait, something is hanging here.
Ooh.
A writhing mass of serpents carved from stone. On
Okay.
the reverse side is a thin, notched shaft.
Interesting.
Perhaps a key of some nature.
Oh, Herbert. I need to look at things. We got a serpent key.
The statue echoes the mural back in the first chamber. The statue echoes...
Okay, do you have anything?
Nothing of note here.
And what's this?
An ancient monument so deep beneath the earth. I know not the world I find myself in.
No, it's...
I don't know why, but I really don't want to put my hand in there.
No, I
That is
agree.
well out of my... No, that's not... That is well out...
With the standing stone? No, I want the hole.
It is merely a hole. There is no mechanism here.
Is this a map? Could be a map. Like a room here and a room here. And a triangle room or triangle hallway. We still got the pot.
I don't wish to give...
No. I don't think we have any food.
It looks absolute... Herbert is looking at me with pleading eyes. I think he is hungry.
We'll try to fix you, Herbert. Okay, we came from there, right? I think. We go here. We got this. There's a goat.
I can't move it an inch. It's heavier than it looks. There is a thin slot set into the front of it, not unlike a piggy bank.
Oh.
A remarkably accurate depiction for something that must be so ancient.
Tell me what it is.
The man is presenting a small, rounded object. This figure makes my skin crawl somewhat. What exactly is it? It presents a small, rounded object.
Alright.
A remarkably accurate depiction for something that must be so ancient.
There's a wheel?
Astonishing. An ancient device.
Do we still have a crank? No, we gave it away.
I can't fit my...
Oh!
It fits.
Alright. I don't...
Something moved in another room.
Alright. Is that different? There's a serpent. Right here.
The statue is well out of reach. A great carved serpent has emerged from the shadows.
Interesting. I don't know what's going on. Broken pot.
A thick, greasy substance is oozing from the broken pot.
Alright.
I haven't the faintest idea what it is. I don't wish to touch it.
Alright, we got... Can we pick up some goop?
I've scooped some of the greasy substance into the pot.
There's a panel. Oh, there's our goat. The moon.
It looks like an object could be placed here.
Okay. All those things on the lordship, like on the houses.
I shan't go near it. What in God's name? In any other circumstance, this beautiful here, just an empty
Okay.
Incredible.
Uh-huh.
I can't move it. There's an inscription on the base. Eloios.
LOA. Okay.
I can't move it. There's an inscription on the base. Thartheroeth.
I think this one is
There's
sparkling.
something in its mouth. A gold coin.
Okay.
There are no markings on heads nor tails.
Does the head say something though?
There's an inscription.
I'm looking for something that's familiar with what
I can't move it. There's an V-I-I Roman numerals.
V.
There's an Faltherbowerth.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
There's an Ioth.
Okay, we have handles.
My God, a severed hand is locked in a death grip on the handle. Who did this belong to? The fingers are icy cold. I've managed to pry it off.
Okay.
Should I keep it?
Sure. We have a hand. Can we crank? Oh. Wait, did they move? They do move.
This crank is jammed. It won't budge.
Okay. Interesting. We're just gonna have everyone face forward right now. Over to one that we can't move. You might already be facing forward. I apologize if you are. Oh, no. Okay. This is the one that can't move.
This crank is jammed.
Oh, we have...
The greasy substance could act as a lubricant here. Voila.
I don't know if they're supposed to face, but we can move them all now. We'll do one thing at a time. Oh! Yay. Okay, we got a gold coin. Put it in the vessel.
The coin went in. I don't think anything happened. I can't move it in. There is a thin slot. Characters. Perhaps Greek in origin?
Okay. We're gonna write this down. Even though I don't know all the letters. A super equal. A B upside down V. A and A. Is that a knot? All right. Can you tell me anything? No? Do anything else here? Exit the wheel. There's the wheel. Oh. Okay. Give me a second. Let's see what that did. No, no, no. Where are you
Whatever
going?
was once placed here is long gone.
Nope. No more laser.
I think I shall leave it in.
Now it's
The
above.
statue is well out of reach.
I feel that the laser was there because of
Can't quite.
the gold coin. Oh, it only goes 3 places. Okay, click seems to be
It appears
important.
this.
Maybe it moves below. Oh, well, we'll start at the bottom. Oh, or not. We'll start at the top then. We don't have a coin in, right?
The statue is well out. The statue is well. A shaft of inexplicable light is beaming from the mouth of the serpent. Extraordinary.
Okay, and that snake is high. High up, I should say. Oh!
A thin rod with tiny notches along the shaft. The head is adorned with an Ouroboros.
Okay. We got an Ouroboros raw thing. Oh, we got a hand too. So if we put this up here. I don't need that. Click. Okay, it's in the thing.
Remarkable.
Does that mean anything?
There is a queer heat emanating from the stone.
Can we...
No, that's...
We have this fiddle.
I'm not sure.
Okay. I have an idea. Sort of give me a new coin.
I can't quite fit. The rod doesn't seem to fit here.
Really?
The rod doesn't seem to fit here.
Oh.
The rod doesn't seem to fit here.
Hmm. That's unfortunate. That was my idea.
That doesn't fit. That doesn't fit.
Okay. I recognize this symbol. There are no P symbols. Okay, yeah, we got one snake laser, and another snake laser.
Whatever was what.
There's
I'm not
no
sure if this had any
inscription.
function. It seems bare of it. Whatever was.
Where we were.
I don't need to take more. The sheaf of wheat is firmly inserted.
Hmm.
The whip is.
Yeah. He doesn't like that.
In any other circumstance. Here. Empty.
Anything. Panel. What's this? Something goes on this panel.
It looks like an
Moon.
object.
Do we have an object? Yeah, this object.
I should take a closer look. I can see another. It looks like an object. That doesn't fit there.
No, I didn't think it did.
That doesn't fit.
Oh, can I? This is kind of weird. The cat is hungry, and we have a hand. Do you want to eat this hand? It's so tasty. It's a hand sandwich without the bread. Oh my gosh. It just gulped that up. We got another thing. Okay.
Ghastly.
That's completely normal.
A gold coin. There are.
Okay, we got a gold coin. Oh, wait, sorry. We gotta give it to the vessel.
The coin went in. Something stirred within the plinth.
In the plinth?
The characters are now protruding out from the plaque. Perhaps I can push them in some manner.
Oh. I don't know. We didn't get a second one. It's not our last one, our last cipher. Pushed him in. Oh, only 4. Maybe. Singularity of the characters. All eyes must face towards the 7th. Okay. Towards the 7th. Oh. A planted seed sprouts before our eyes, illuminated path. Nature's laws hold no meaning here. I clutch my tablet with the knowledge that it shall end this. Rho Thea Epsilon. Xi. This one? There's no XI. I don't know. Epsilon. That's Epsilon. Rho. E. The I don't know.
A remarkably accurate depiction for something that must be so ancient.
Is there... They mentioned a tablet. Oh, this isn't the one I wanted. What's this one? So these ones, they say all eyes face the 7th?
The bust of an ass. It's
Yes.
facing south. The bust of an it's facing a menacing goat. A carved bust of a cat. It's facing south towards the goat.
Facing south towards the goat.
A bust. It's face. I think it's facing south towards the bull.
Okay. Oh, I think you were right. I think they all have to face the goat in the middle.
A menacing goat. I can't move. There's an inscription.
Yeah, it's the 7th. Okay.
I think this is a bet. It's facing west. I think this is a. It's facing south.
Okay. I'm gonna be able to figure this one out.
A bust of him is facing northwest.
Okay. That's
the
right.
bust of a dog. It's facing southeast towards the goat. An ancient.
We're all gonna look at you, goat.
The bust of. It's facing.
All right. That should be it. Oh, that's normal.
Something has emerged from within the bust.
We destroyed the goat.
There's something here.
An eye.
Curious object. I'll keep it.
What is it?
A thin piece of stone carved into the shape of what appears to be an eye.
Oh.
It fits. It looks like an object could be placed. I shan't go.
Hmm. The cat is gone. You got this thing going on.
An ancient monument. So. I know not the world.
Hmm. I just can't figure out the cipher. One, maybe 4 letters. You found the code was simply in the singularity of the characters. PT Epsilon Z. There's no key. You help me? E is row. Row? Row? Epsilon is that. This is not something I need to figure out what this is and what this is, I'm guessing. P A epsilon. Nope. E A epsilon something. Oh, the singular, like, ones that don't have another. There's only one instance of them. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know what it is. I skipped the text. Is this... Oh, we got a rod. We did it!
A thin rod with tiny notches along the shaft. The head is adorned with a coiled serpent.
Alright. It's getting late, but I want to see this through. This one? It might be need to be at the top. Okay, we got 2 snake lasers.
I can't quite.
No, don't put your finger in there.
It appears.
No, I need you to move up. I know it's an ancient device. I shouldn't try to force it. There we go.
What in God's name?
Double snake laser. What's in the hole? Stick your hand in there. I didn't really mean to actually do it.
What's this?
Oh.
A piece of stone carved into the shape of a crescent moon. It
All
must be
right.
important.
Yeah, I imagine so. Okay, we have 3 pieces. We solved 3 puzzles. Let's go. Oh, it went the wrong way. Okay.
Ah, no. That doesn't fit.
No, it goes here. There we go.
It fits.
And one more.
It fits.
We cast you out, goat.
Oh, it's gone.
Although, I wonder if the goat was actually protecting us. Or the world.
What have we here? This is my father's handwriting. A page torn from his journal?
Samuel's hand was ripped clean off by the unforeseen force. There was so much blood, it remains to be seen if Sacknot was the perpetrator of this shocking act. He is a sturdy lad and he'll live, but he is shaken. I am shaken. Mr. Shoulder, however, seems very keen to push on. The man is positively chipper. He's right, though. We have a job to do, and by Jove, we will get it done. Alright.
Sack's not. Karja? Sarja? I have no idea what it means.
Wait, what it is?
The soil has hardened into a thick casing. The soil has...
Okay.
I believe this might be the lid of the small tomb. It's very heavy.
All right.
A small round niche has been carved into the side of this slab.
Interesting. You're gonna just say that again. We got a door. We got carvings.
That is well out of my reach. I wonder if this had any relevant meaning.
Yeah.
2 fearsome serpents have been painted onto what appears to be a shield. I can make out chains hanging from above, holding it in place.
All right. We got a bust of something. Oh, that's our
The
our
eye
dream.
seems to follow me round the room.
Our dream creature.
The eye seems... The horn looks quite real.
Oh. That change anything?
It's been... Empty.
Okay.
Empty. What a hideous sight.
This looks like a music thing.
I'm not sure what... I should take a...
What's down here? Nothing? Can we dig in the soil?
A goat has been buried here. How
Oh.
gruesome. A horn has broken away from the skull. I'll take it.
All right.
The horn fits perfectly, as if by design.
Oh, oh. We got a key. Of course we do. Imagine the key goes with that.
No, that won't achieve it. I'm not sure. That is well.
Okay, pot, carving, shield, serpent's head.
I can't remove it.
Oh, come on.
A serpent.
Sorry.
A serpent's head is carved into a small inset.
There's another one.
A serpent's head.
Can we remove it?
I can't remove it.
Can we
No, that won't achieve.
stab it. Journal. Okay, serpent, moon. When the sun and 2 moons meet, the guardian shall be defeated.
A small round niche has been carved into the side of this slab. That's a peculiar...
No.
I'm not sure what that would...
I'm pretty sure this is a musical thing.
That is well out of my... I wonder if this had any relevant meaning. I wonder if the 2 fearsome serpents have been painted. I can make out chains hanging from above, holding it in place.
Oh. No. Can we see the chains? Can I?
That is well out of... That is well...
I was gonna throw it. None of the
Empty.
pots are useful.
Empty. It's been smashed to...
Inscriptions, serpent's head, lid,
Kaja? Saja?
Kaja, Saja.
I have no idea what it means.
Me neither. There's a spot there, a spot there. Dead language reveals the path. For thou art the moon, the chief of the stars. Listen to the thing I've said. Follow my words. Follow the words of my mouth. Reveal thyself. I hear the whisper, not again, not again. I pour out my spirit, I will pour out my spirit. Hmm.
The fiddle and bow. No, that is well out.
See, no.
That is well out. I wonder if this had any relevant meaning.
I mean, it looks like music. Yeah, I didn't think so. It's
That's
a
not moving
Shiloh
much.
raid. Welcome, welcome, Shiloh and raiders. Hope hope your stream went well. Hey, Shiloh. Let's do the thing. Ooh, Darkwood. I know that game. It's a spooky name. Welcome, welcome. Is that Clarion Turtle 1? Hello. Yeah, Darkwood's. I don't have it, but I've seen it. It's got a lot of spook to it. It's a different sort of spook than this spook. But thank you for the raid. Yeah, we are playing Excavation of Hobs Barrow, and we are in the barrow. And
I need to find a way forward. It's no use going back.
okay, we are in the point where we're trying to figure out puzzles. You screamed. Probably for good reasons, though. Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of I'm not good at games where you're have time restraints, like or where you have to rush from place to place. That sort of type of game. I don't know how well I would do, because I like to take things slow, but I also know in that game you have limited supplies. Oh. But yeah, welcome everybody. Like I said, we're playing Hobs Barrow. It's a retro styled point and click adventure that just came out. We are excavating a tomb, an ancient tomb, and we're trying to solve puzzles. We have this guy.
No movement there.
Oh!
The eye seems somewhat loose in its socket.
Okay. We're
If
gonna
I can just wedge
stick
the
my
knife
knife
under
in your
here.
eye. We got an eyeball. Can we...
Is that blood?
Oh. Oh yeah, maybe content warning. This is more psychological horror than anything.
The key doesn't seem to fit.
Oh, well.
No movement there.
Can we still?
I can almost wedge the knife under the eye, but it's not moving.
We got... Oh, we don't have a chisel. Can we trowel it?
I can't see how that will help. It's no use. The trowel blade is too thick.
Can we dig out your brain, sir? Okay. Well, we got... There's an eyeball on the floor. And there's a little place for an eyeball in this casket thing. Oh.
Remarkable.
Okay.
A keyhole.
Oh. There was a keyhole.
The key fits. Sounds like a mechanism creaked somewhere far above me. That is well out.
I don't know. Did that loosen the other eye?
No movement there.
Can I do anything?
There's a key. I'll take it.
Oh, we got another key. Okay. We use a key to get another key. That seems very inefficient. Let's stick your key in you.
It fits. Sounds like a mechanism creaked somewhere far above me.
Well, I'm out of keys. Oh. There we go.
What a horrific racket.
Yeah, I think we're unleashing like demons onto the world.
It is well out of reach.
There's also a cat that may be a demon too. Can we play this? Oh my god, don't make me do this. I don't know music at all.
No, that's not it.
Okay. How do I play music? Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm guessing there are 4 levels to this. Maybe. Let's go with... There we go. I don't know music, but I can logic the crap out of something. Oh. Okay.
It's all just hogwash.
It's not hogwash. Oh, it is. Maybe you're just
Is
crazy.
this all in my head?
Maybe we're crazy. Oh, well. This can't be good.
The plaque is inscribed with Latin text. My father understood the language well. I'm afraid I don't. It says...
I don't understand Latin at all either. I'm gonna take a picture of that. Gonna use my modern technology to cheat. Quid tu es luna du astra? Oh, there was a thing he said about the moon and es ada omnia guaid ego lacos. Some yeah, I apologize for anyone who may understand Latin. What's in our journal? For thou art the moon, the chief of the stars. Listen to the thing that I have said. Follow the words of my mouth. Reveal thyself. I think this is what it is. Because Astra was probably stars. Luna is moon. What that means is
An eye. It is rather unsettling. A crescent moon. A sun.
a sun.
Star.
A sun or star. Okay. Mr. Shoulder. No, that doesn't help me at all. A journal page. That doesn't help me at all. The moon, the chief of the stars. Maybe? Let's go. Oh! I'm sure it's fine. Oh, we're in our childhood. Our childhood home. It's Daddy.
Father?
With popish tricks and relics rare, the priests their flocks do gull. In casting out the earth take care. Huzzah! I've found a skull.
Oh. Okay. Oh, there's a page.
This is my father's handwriting.
My initial suspicions are proving to be true. We are not dealing with mere folk goblin conjured up in the minds of farmers on which to blame their failures. Saxnot may dwell here, but he's not alone. I think back to all I've studied, all I have learned. Everything points to the possibility of a much more malign influence. Something long forgotten stirs within the bleak place. Something dark, something monstrous longs for attention. I've prepared the tablet. I will put an end to this. I don't know the tablet. Our father apparently prepared a binding spell that he messed up. Because, you know,
understand.
People don't actually know magic.
What is this tablet he keeps referring to?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
I
Clouds.
think these are clouds. The palm of a hand. An array of stars.
I'm gonna go with what's in the journal. It said moon. The moon, the stars. And then we'll see what happens after that.
Three, 2, 1. You can open your eyes now, Thomasina. Come.
Hey.
Are you ready for your first excavation?
Father.
Capital. Make
Capital.
sure you remember everything I've taught you. I have a feeling you might find something special.
Can you hear me, Father? Is it really you?
I'll be watching from the steps, my little bird. Good luck.
Seems to be our memories. All right, what happens when we dig up? We know where he put the prize of our of this little test. Oh, there's our trowel.
I remember this.
Okay. When we were a child, he put an urn here.
Nothing.
Oh, is it always just the last place? Can we
Father,
talk to
it's
you?
me, Thomasina.
Keep looking, my little bird. Leave no stone unturned.
Can't you hear me?
Okay. So maybe it's just in the last place you look. Seems like a game thing to do.
Nothing.
Nothing. One more. What is it?
Oh, the wretched smell.
Looks
What
like
is the
death.
meaning of this? Father?
All right.
A burning flame. A single ear presents itself.
So yeah, I think the third thing was listen. I wish I could just go to that page. Listen to the things, words on the mouth. So we're gonna go to the ear.
Mother? She looks devastated. He is awake.
Oh, he's awake? Really?
Thomasina, is that you?
Father, it is. It's me.
My dear, sweet little bird. I'm so very dreadfully hot. Please remove these covers. They suffocate me so.
Father, you can talk again.
And I've got so much to ask you. So much to tell you. But please, first, the covers.
Oh, this isn't gonna be nice. That's lovely. Dear old dad.
Father.
He hasn't changed a bit.
Oh, my dear, clever girl. You're so close now. How good it is to finally speak with you again.
But...
Don't worry. It will all be fine soon. You're close to the end, little bird.
Okay, this one's mouth. Wonder
It
what
looks
happens.
like a rolling sea.
Wonder what happens if we go to the wrong one.
Crown.
Wonder if we just start again. I don't know. I also know it's almost 1 o'clock, so we'll go for this. Game saved. Final descent. Yeah, we are going like really far underground. I would not be good with this. Thomasina has made a sterner stuff than I am. Let's go. Wow, this is huge. No, I need to see this. I think our father's, when our mother was burning our dad's journal, this word was there. But I can't quite see it. I guess we're just gonna go in.
My God.
Some sort of serpent bird god.
Father, this ends now.
Soil.
There's something here, in the soil.
Oh, it's a tablet.
A tablet made of lead. There's an inscription scratched into it. Aliges daemonium incantamentum. With mine blood shall thou be bound to the earth, and only with mine blood shall thou be freed.
Okay.
Is this what Saxnot was referring to? My father wrote this? I know what I need to do.
Oh, do I even have a choice? I don't. She's just gonna do it? Most of these games, like, you have a choice to, like... Okay. Like, I would have done it, but I figured there would be a good ending where you don't release the demon or whatever ancient god.
I can still scarcely believe what I saw looming over me in that Stygian chamber.
Stygian is a good word.
How does one even attempt to describe the indescribable? The vision before me defied all logical explanation. All my efforts to do so have fallen on deaf ears, merely providing a chance to be mocked, pitied, and dismissed as mentally unsound. I dare not commit that unfathomable glimpse to paper, but it was real, Mother. He is real. Not an imaginary terror, but a demon, a god brought to life.
Well, our mother did warn us not to
I turned
go
and
digging
ran,
barrows.
striving to somehow make my way out of that accursed barrow alive, inspirited by the hope that my squalid deed had freed Father from his plight.
Yeah, that could be.
Speechless voices whispered to me in unknown tongues that grew louder with every step. Suddenly, there was light.
I saw him too. That night I saved your father. Ever since then, I've felt his corruption growing within me. It grew stronger and stronger as he raged against the incantation that bound him beneath the soil. I fought him with all my might, tried hard to bury him in the corners of my mind. Oh, Thomasina, how I tried, but I could deny him no longer. I became naught but an instrument. His voice became my own. I deceived you. I'm sorry. I am his now. Soon we'll all be his. Hail Abraxas Rex.
Abraxas King. Oh! Oh. I'm sure that's fine.
Well, I say, she's done it, Leonard.
Your lordship, I believe she has. My dear Miss Bateman, there is a god about whom you know nothing, because men have forgotten him. We call him by his name, Abraxas.
Welcome back, Master. Come, Leonard. We must await him at the chapel.
Aye, only there shall he be complete.
Okay. Well, we saved the old god. I'm sure he'll reward us.
Ah, Miss Bateman.
And this is where we started the
Welcome
game.
back to Ticehurst House. It's been quite some time.
weather this evening, is it not? Nurse Blaketon has had enough of me smoking inside. Makes her cough, you see. A bit of rain won't kill me, will it? You mustn't be interested in me nattering on.
Yeah. We already heard it.
Give my regards to your father. Nurse Blaketon is preparing his supper.
Yeah, let's see if he's better. Then it might be worth it.
You look pale, Miss Bateman. Do head inside. You'll catch your death out here.
All right. We have anything? I don't seem to be able to look or talk. I think we're a little messed up. Oh, that's probably indigestion. Wow, you should. Oh, yep. That's why you should chew your food. Don't blow up our dad. Are we carrying like the evil god? Everything just went all violent. Oh, this was the first urn we got with our dad. Don't kill him. Oh no. Why? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
Ah, Mr. Kemp. Welcome.
My heart is his heart, your lordship.
Yeah, I knew he was
And
evil.
My light is his light.
He was
We're
too
full
nice
house
to
for
us.
Today's sermon. You'd best take your seat.
Or maybe he's just going for it.
My heart is his heart, your lordship.
And my light is his light, Mr. Long.
You have made an Eden here, your lordship. We are ever so thankful to you.
I assure you, Mr. Long, this is only the beginning. Please join the others inside.
My heart is his heart.
And my light is his light, dear Leonard. How are you feeling?
Fit as a fiddle.
Evil laugh.
After you.
Oh. That's gotta be alright. Several years later. Imagine we're institutionalized for murdering our
And now I
dad.
sit in this dismal room, day after day, year after year, imprisoned and committed with seemingly little hope of redemption. You have chosen not to visit me, and I understand that, I do. Indeed, I've had but one visitor, Arthur Tillett.
Aw,
He
poor
comes to
Arthur.
see me once or twice a year.
He was a good guy.
A loyal and decent man who tried in vain to warn me of the wicked plot concocted by Lord Panswick and Mr. Shoulder. Thankfully, Midland Railway accepted his transfer request. He and his wife were able to leave that damnable village several weeks after my excavation. It feels like an age has passed since that fateful night at Ticehurst House, but finally, you have my full account. I thought I knew my father. As I look back on my childhood memories, I can only conclude that it was his wish to protect me from the true nature of his endeavors. But why didn't you tell me the truth, especially after what happened to him at Hobs Barrow?
Yeah, that would have been useful. Although maybe she didn't know.
Why did you allow me to grow up idolizing a man who didn't exist? I did not kill Father. It was he that guided my hand. I was in thrall to that most malevolent force. Abraxas. I beg you to understand. He has had his revenge, but I know he will return. Where is he now? What more is he capable of?
Oh, you're sounding a little crazy now.
I only wanted to save my father.
Oh. It's pretty terrible.
Oh, Mother. What have I done? Forgive me.
Did you kill those nurses too? They're the nuns, I guess. Oh. Abraxas Rex. I think we won the game, sort of. And yeah. That's the excavation of Hobs Barrow. We unleashed a demon king god on the earth. And murdered our father. And got committed. Is the price we paid for our arrogance. It was a good game. The voice acting is excellent. Yeah. It's all the talented people. Worked hard on this. Annoyed man. I recognize some of I don't know voice actors and all that, but I recognize some of the voices. Cyril, Ralph, Pie Seller, Threatening Man 1. Threatening Man 2. That was pretty cool. That was pretty good. And, I mean, the puzzles weren't that hard, even though I got stuck on the Latin or the Greek puzzle. But again, they weren't, turn off, give up, difficult. They just needed some logic to get through them. I kind of wish I could have gone back to the village and chatted with everyone before we left. But I guess Thomasina was, enthralled by the Abraxas, so she wasn't in her right mind. Oh, patron supporters, past and present. And yeah, I always believe in playing out the credits because, without all these people, there wouldn't be no game. I wouldn't be able to stream it, wouldn't be able to play it. As long as they're not like however long the Mighty Number 9 credits are. Oh. Let's thank all the additional thanks, people. Music's really good too. It's a good game. If you want to try it, it is on Steam. These are it's by the same people who make like the Blackwell Legacy games. They're just putting out some quality point and click adventures. Thank you for playing the Excavation of Hobs Barrow. Cloak and Dagger Games 2022. All right, reserves. Oh, Cloak and Dagger Games didn't make Blackwell Legacy as Wadai. But I think they all work together. Oh, I guess I clicked out. Anything new? Anything secret-y? There's a chance that the game will just stop. Oh! What was the cats? The cats were kind of creepy too. There we go. Wajidai. I don't know actually how it's pronounced, but there we go. And yeah, that's the Excavation of Hobs Barrow. We did it. We beat the game. Or we concluded the game. I don't know if we beat it, because we seem to lose in the end. But yeah, it's fun. We'll continue with something else spooky, I guess, on Thursday. But until then, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank all chatters. Thank you, chatters. Thank the lurkers. You love lurkers. Lurkers are love. Thank you to our raider. Thank you. And to the VOD watchers from the future. I hope the future is bright.